I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Vicky, fine. Let's start with the session, guys. A very happy afternoon to everyone. I hope you all have had a lunch. Right. And I hope you all are fit and fine. And you must have started preparing yourself for mid-semester. Let's begin with the session. As you all are aware that we have started with unit number 5, and we have done the unit topic called inheritance, and we have discussed so many things related to inheritance, like what is the syntax and what is the importance of inheritance. So is there anybody here which can help me out in the revising the inheritance topic? Anyone wants to try? What we learned in inheritance? What is the need of inheritance? Yesterday, with the help of example also, we understood. So today, once we'll be having a clear concept regarding the inheritance, I would like to share the program for having inheritance, right? So, is there anyone wants to try? Or good afternoon, Ankit. Yes, Kinjal. Very good. So these are, Kinjal has given us the different kinds of inheritance which are supported by Java. That is single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance, right? And one more type of inheritance that Java supports, that is multiple, but it does not support it directly. We need the other way around to implement the multiple inheritance. So these are, yes, correct. To avoid redundancy of code, we use inheritance. Rather, the better way of answering is to have the reusability. We create a classes, we create the objects, and then we can reuse those classes again and again as per our requirement. Correct, Harshil. So these are the advantages. And what is inheritance actually? It is an object-oriented concept which allows us to inherit the property from one class to the another class. And yes, very good. And the keyword to do the same will be extends. Yes, if you implement the, see, inheritance is a concept, and various languages implement the concept in its own way, right? So if Java is wants to implement the inheritance, it is using the keyword extends. Similarly, if you want to perform the inheritance concept in C++, it will be using some another keyword. In .NET, it will be using some another keyword, right? But the concept everywhere remains the same. Yes, you should know, correct, Vicky. Multiple inheritance is not supported directly. It is supported, but not directly. Indirectly, multiple inheritance is supported. So whenever you answer, whether in your interviews or in Viva, you should say that multiple inheritance is not directly supported by Java. ठीक है, ये support नहीं करता, ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि this is multiple inheritance is one of the key feature of inheritance. राइट, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टाइप ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस है. अगर नहीं सपोर्ट करते हैं तो इट इज अ प्रॉब्लम. तो ये सपोर्ट तो करता है लेकिन indirectly support karta hai, and how it is actually indirectly doing it, we'll see it in the further sections. So that's it. And any problem with the concept guys, or shall I move on with the code? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, thank you. I'm very happy that in this lecture, that is 223, you all are awake. Thank you. Right. So these were the different programs we have created during our semester. So let me create one more program here to demonstrate the inheritance. I hope you all remember how to create Java application in NetBeans or any of the editor. If not, please go through the previous lab sessions. In first or second lab sessions only, we would have discussed that how to create a Java application here. So I am creating right now, see, we are not creating an application in core Java. We are creating a simple program. Okay, we are creating a simple program. Whereas in advanced Java, we create an application. So So if you want to create a separate program, we'll be right clicking this. What is package and everything? We have discussed it earlier. Still not? Do let me know. We'll be creating a new Java class or new empty Java file. You can write, let's say, inheritance demo. So I'll be giving the name inheritance demo. No space is allowed. So that's it. Keeping it here. Finish. So my file is ready. My file is ready. Now what I am supposed to do, as it is in this particular package, I'm supposed to include this line package, that is in which package it is. Now what I want is, let me show you the scenario first. I'll be sharing, yesterday I just forgot it, but today I'll be sharing these Jamboards with you so that you can revise it. So see what I want to do. I want to do this. I want that I will be having a super class. I hope you remember the names, guys. Super class, subclass, child class, derived class. So I hope you know the technical jargon for the inheritance. So what I will be doing, I'll be creating a class and then I'll be creating a subclass, right? And let us implement first single level. The simplest one is the single level inheritance, where you will be having one child, one parent class and one child class, and we'll be seeing that how you can access different properties of child class and inside a child class. Let me now move to the code. Let me create a class. Right now I'm not going to any example. I'm just demonstrating the various things which is associated with inheritance. Let's say class, base class. I'm giving the name as base. Here I'm writing integer a. I'm having a very simple things here. String s, simple two variables. That's it from my side right now. Let me create class called derived. See, these are not keywords, right? So you can, anyways, you can give the name as base and derived, but you cannot give a name as super in small, because super will be keyword. We'll be seeing later on. Let me say integer j and character, let's say c. Anything you can write it here. That's it. Okay. Now let me have one main function called inheritance demo. I need to give the same name as that of the file name. Do remember this, guys. Your file name should be same as that of the class name in which your main resides. This we have already discussed many a times. So inheritance demo, inside which we'll be writing public static void main, and this is the signature of main function. So that's it. Now what I want, see what I want. Right now you have created a class called base, you have created a class called derived. Now right now you can see that there is no relationship between derived and base, right? We have not used any kind of keyword, so it is, so as there is no relationship between these two classes, you cannot access the property of base class with derived class, right? So if I write like this, if I create the object, this is the constructor. I hope you all know what constructor and what are the roles of constructor, right? Now you can see that, you can see when I try to access the properties with the derived class object, I can only access this two. Can you see this? C and J. C and J, because C and J are the properties corresponding to this derived class, right? So this is what a general rule. A class can access its own properties. That's perfectly fine, right? But what we want, that if I want to access the property of one class inside another, I have to establish a relationship called inheritance, right? So how to establish it? I'll be writing, I want my base class to be the super class and derived class to be the child class. So what I'll be doing? Extends base. So this becomes your base class is super class and your derived class is child class. So your base class cannot access the property of derived, whereas derived class can access the property of base because it is having parent-child relationship, which is one-way relationship. Both the direction is not possible. So now if I have created the object of derived. Now this derived class should be able to access any of the property. Can you see this list? Now the list has been updated and all the properties which was there in class base, now it is accessible. Here it will be giving you the list which is accessible via D. Okay? Are you getting everyone? I hope all of you are with me. I hope all of you are with me. Just a second, just a second, student. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sorry for the inconvenience, student. So this is what it is. Now this derived class can access the property, any property which is there inside the base class. But do remember, students, I have already mentioned you in the last session that the child class can only access the property which is not private to the base class. For example, now right now I have not mentioned any kind of access specifier here. So by default, the access specifier will be default. That is, the scope is this package. The scope will be the package scope, right? But as soon as I keep this as private, my derived object cannot access the private property. You can see it here. That a variable is now not visible because it has not inherited to the derived class. Fine. So whenever you are doing any kind of inheritance process, you have to be very sure that which property you want your base class to be accessed. Now, obviously, if it is a default scope, it is accessible. If I keep this as public, then also it will be accessible because public property can be accessed from anywhere. The fourth one, that is protected. Protected is an access specifier which restricts the use of a data member or a member function within the inheritance hierarchy only. That means my S variable can be accessed in those classes only which are child class of the base class. Am I clear? So again, if I try to access the property, my property can be accessed. My C variable can be accessed because it is the protected. Let me give you the example one more. Let's say my class, and that's it. I'm not keeping anything right now, just to make you understand the importance of protected. Now, if I try to create the object of my class M is equal to new my class, right? So M dot, can you see? M is not able to access anything because first of all, M does not have any data member, so it cannot access, it is not visible. Plus, it is not the child class of the base class. We have not used here extends base. So it is not the child class of the base class, and hence your S variable cannot be accessed. Your S variable cannot be accessed. Am I clear with this? Shall we start with some difficulty level, more difficulty level? I hope all of you are with me. The time is such that I have to ping you again and again that, are you with me? Are you with me? Okay. Thank you all. Yes. So let's try to now use some, let us keep it this only. String S. Okay. Abhi, I'm deleting this just to, I wanted to give you the idea of protected. Okay. Let me keep one method called void M1, and let me just define it. System dot out dot println, and this is M1 of base. I'm just giving a simple message. This is M1 of base. Okay. Similarly, let me create the another method here, and let me give the name as M2, and just M2 and M2 of derived, right? So now, as there is a relationship between base and derived, my derived class can access all the properties of itself, plus it can access all the properties of base class also, which are not private. Now let me just help you out in understanding this. So let's say I can access d1 dot m1. This d1 dot m1. Why I could do this? Because there is a relationship between derived and base, and the second reason is the m1 function is not private. M1 function is not private to the base class. Hence, I can access. Similarly, I can access even. Obviously this m2 will be available to it because it is its own property, right? So when I just run this file, it is going to give me the output somewhat like this. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, this is m1 of base and this is m2 of derived, right? Now let me keep I want to access, okay, void show data. Let's say I'm having a message called void show data, and I am just printing the value of system dot out dot println. I'm writing the value of a is equal to something plus a, and Munaf, can you please mute yourself? I'm getting disturbance. Munaf, can you hear me? Munaf, can you hear me? Please mute yourself. I'm getting disturbance here. Can somebody please tell Munaf to mute? Okay. Then let's say the value of s is s. Now just wanted to give you one more idea. I just forgot that. If I create the object of base, let's say base b is equal to new base, right? Now which are the different properties I can access? B dot. Now you can see I can only access s here. Why? Because I'm trying to, even though this is private, even though this a variable belongs to base class, but as it is private thing, it cannot be accessed outside the class. For a private property, there are two constraints. One constraint is only the class in which it is declared that can access, and that too within the same class, within the class, not outside the class. Okay, so I cannot access a directly, but yes, I can access s. Why? Because s is not private, and it can be accessed within that, and it is of corresponding to the same object. Fine. So that is what it is. Show data of base, right? Let me have the same thing with derived. I'm just having a simple method to just print the value, show data of derived, and here I'll be writing j, and here I'll be writing c. Okay. Now you can see that these two are not private, so I can access it anywhere. So I can also do like this, d dot c is equal to say a. ठीक है, मैंने कैरेक्टर में वैल्यू असाइन करी a. मैं कर सकती हूँ? Yes. Why? Because as it is not private property, I can access it outside the class, right? Similarly, I can also give the value d dot j is equal to, j is what? J is integer, so I'm just writing it as 10. That's it. Now I can also do like this, d dot s, that is the string, say hello. D dot s is equal to hello. So I'm accessing the protected variable. It's also. And can I do this? Can I do this? D dot. Now, if I want to access this A, I cannot. I cannot, because it is a private property which is not accessible outside the class, and even the private property does not belong to the derived class. So what I have to do? I need to have one method called void set A. You can give any name, and what I can do is, let's say set A integer p. What I am doing, I am just assigning the value of p to A. Okay, p to A. And here to set this, what I need, d dot set A, and here I'll be writing 100. So I'm setting the variable. Yes, one more thing I would like to add here, that generally the data members are kept private. Generally the data members are kept private, and member functions are kept either public or protected or default, right? Because as per the OOP concept, your class has two things: data members and member functions. The data members is actually the raw material, the content or the core of OOP, the data, actual data, and the operations which work on that data, that becomes your member functions. So you should not directly allow any class to access your data member, which is actually the crucial part, the original data which you are having. Okay? So you should not allow any class to access the property as it is. Somebody can access the property only via the authenticated method. Here, as you can see, that A is a private property of base class. I don't want any class to access the property directly. So what I did, I kept it private. But yes, there must be a way to access the property, right? So using the method, I can set the value of A. And this method is not private. This method is either default or public. So anyone can access it, right? If you still want to restrict, what you can do, you can keep your method as protected. So what will happen? Only the child class of the base class can access this property called set A and can set the value of a data member. Am I clear? So this everything depends on the way your application needs, right? Your requirement of the application. But yes, there are different versions. So I'm just telling you in a general case, the data members are kept private and member functions are kept either public or default. So this is what it is. Now when I'll be setting A, then what I'll be doing, d dot show data of base and d dot show data of derived. Once it is done, I'll be able to get the values of everything, right? Every C, J, S and A. Let me run it. You can see this. This was the first two methods. Then the value of A is 100, which we have set according to set method. Then value of S, hello. Value of J, 10, and value of C is A. Is it clear, everyone? Is it okay? Understood?
Screen is not visible.
Oh, तो अरे आपने पहले बोला होता तो?
मैम अभी just 10 सेकंड.
अच्छा इतना ही हुआ ना, पहले से तो नहीं है ना?
नो मैम अभी जस्ट रन किया
अच्छा,
ना.
तो ठीक है. मैं डर गई कि इतना सब कुछ डिस्कशन हुआ और आपने कुछ देखा ही नहीं. ठीक है. Now is it visible?
Yes ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm just running it for one more time. ये हमने वैल्यू सेट करी है, ये हमने स्टैटिक वैल्यू सेट करी है क्योंकि हम एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. Just to show you that you can access outside the class, I have used this. But don't have the habit of assigning the data value to the data members in this. Always use the methods to assign the value to private data members. ठीक है? So this is what it is. ये हम प्राइवेट मेंबर सेट कर रहे हैं और ये हम जो इनहेरिटेड मेंबर्स है वो एक्सेस कर रहे हैं. एंड जस्ट वी आर कॉलिंग द मेथड्स. So this is what the output looks like. Your base M1, M2, that's fine. value of A, that is 100, which we have set, value of S is hello, value of J is 10, and value of C is A. So this is how your inheritance works. You can access the properties of one class into another class by using the keyword extends. But the thing is, only all the properties except private properties will be inherited to the child class. One more thing you have to remember is that that you have to use the keyword extends to extends, extends, extends keyword to use the inheritance. And see, it is not that any two relationship, syntactically you can relate any two class, right? Logically अगर relation ना भी हो कोई class में तो भी आप inheritance कर सकते हो, क्योंकि compiler meaning नहीं देखता कि ये actual English meaning ये मतलब है और हमने relate किया है या नहीं. But logically you should relate inherit only if it is having that inheritance relationship. For example, you should relate that rose is a flower, right? Rose is not a fruit. When you have a is a relationship, then and then only you should use the inheritance concept. You have to relate two classes only if you have is a relationship. This is actually the designing term, is a relationship. Okay? And also remember that this inheritance concept is a one-way concept. One way means there will be only you can say you can have the parent class and the child class, right? जो भी प्रॉपर्टी पेरेंट की है वो चाइल्ड एक्सेस कर सकता है, लेकिन द रिवर्स इज नॉट ट्रू. चाइल्ड्स प्रॉपर्टी कैन नॉट बी एक्सेस्ड वाया पेरेंट ऑब्जेक्ट. मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ, ये देखो अभी ये प्रॉपर्टी M1 है, शो डेटा ऑफ बेस. ये दोनों प्रॉपर्टी किसकी है? बेस की, जो मैंने डिराइव्ड में भी यूज करी है, जो मैंने डिराइव्ड के ऑब्जेक्ट से यूज करी. लेकिन अगर मैं बेस की ऑब्जेक्ट से बी डॉट मैं M2 फंक्शन है वो सब डिराइव नहीं कर सकती. ये M2 फंक्शन मान लो अगर मैंने किया, it is going to give me error. Why? Because see, they have a relationship, base and derived, they have a relationship, but it is not a two-way relationship. B. So this is what all about inheritance, simple inheritance. ठीक है? Is it okay? Let me show you. This is what a single level inheritance. Say suppose I want to create multi-level. Multi-level means what? Multi-level is this. Let me show you. You can say similar to your multi-storied building. एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद एक, right? In the same level. So how to do that? Let's say I am having base, then derived, then let me say I am having a class called class. My class extends derived. तो एक्चुअली क्या बना? सबसे ऊपर का पेज, सबसे ऊपर का कौन सा बना? बेस क्लास. उसकी प्रॉपर्टी कहाँ एक्सेसिबल होगी? डिराइव्ड में. डिराइव्ड किसका बेस क्लास बना? माई क्लास का. अभी माई क्लास में कौन? माई क्लास. ओके, यस, वन क्वेश्चन टू यू ऑल. अभी मैंने माई क्लास बनाया, मल्टी लेवल करी, मल्टी लेवल इनहेरिटेंस किया. बेस का सब क्लास डिराइव्ड और डिराइव्ड का सब क्लास माई क्लास. So what are the different things your my class object can access? Can anyone answer this question? If you have understood the inheritance properly, you can answer it very well. Which properties your my class object can access?
Derived class, ma'am.
derived class, ma'am.
दैट्स करेक्ट. चलो डिराइव्ड क्लास का तो एक्सेस कर ही सकता है बिकॉज इट इज इमीडिएट सुपर क्लास. ठीक है. कैन योर माई क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट एक्सेस द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ बेस? करेक्ट हर्षिल. Yes, very good, Krish. See, when you are implementing a multi-level inheritance, it is not necessary that a child class can access the immediate superclass property only, right? Your child class at any level, the child class at any level, I repeat myself, the child class at any level can access all the properties of its superclasses. Its superclasses provided the properties are not private. अभी मैं हर बार ये नहीं बोलूंगी कि प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता. मैं जब बोलूंगी कि ऑल द प्रॉपर्टीज कैन बी एक्सेसिबल, यू हैव टू मेक श्योर, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दैट मैं उन प्रॉपर्टीज की बात कर रही हूँ जो प्राइवेट नहीं है. ठीक है. क्योंकि प्राइवेट तो वैसे भी कोई भी क्लास एक्सेस कर ही नहीं सकता. इवन वो क्लास भी एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता जिसकी वो प्रॉपर्टी है. आउटसाइड द क्लास, इवन दैट क्लास कैन नॉट एक्सेस. Private properties can only be accessed within the class in which it is declared. तो हमेशा ये याद रखना कि कोई भी डिराइव्ड क्लास है कोई भी लेवल पे, वो अपने सभी सुपर क्लासेस की प्रॉपर्टी एक्सेस कर सकता है. ठीक है. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? let us test it by code. If I create my class m is equal to new my class, let me have some property here, say double d, right? And let me have one method called m3. Here m3 and m3 of माई क्लास. ठीक है. अभी आप देख सकते हो कि मैं जब माई क्लास करूंगी तभी मैं माई क्लास एम करूंगी एम डॉट, तो क्या क्या एक्सेसिबल है? लेट्स चेक. सी डी जे एस, ऑफ कोर्स सी 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 किसका है? सी इज ऑफ डिराइव्ड. ए एक्सेस हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि वो प्राइवेट है. एस भी कर सकता है. देखो यहाँ पे एस भी कर सकता है. एस भी कर सकता है. एस इज एक्चुअली द property of its grandparent class, right? But still it can access, right? But it is protected. Here you can see that it is, the mode is protected. Protected means only the child classes in the hierarchy can access it, right? So ये इसका चाइल्ड क्लास हुआ, ये उसका चाइल्ड क्लास हुआ, तो अल्टीमेटली वो प्रॉपर्टी एक्सेस कर सकते. और ये देखो आप मेथड में भी m1 m2 m3 तीनों एक्सेस कर सकते हैं बिकॉज योर माई क्लास इज एक्चुअली द ग्रैंड चाइल्ड ऑफ द बेस क्लास. डिराइव्ड का तो समझ में आ ही जाता है क्योंकि वो इमीडिएट सुपर क्लास है. लेकिन व्हाट अबाउट द ग्रैंड पेरेंट क्लास, राइट? ऐसा नहीं है कि 3 लेवल करो, 1 2 3 क्लास हायरार्की करो तो ही होगा. कितने भी लेवल्स हो, कोई भी चाइल्ड क्लास अपने सारे पेरेंट क्लास हायरार्की में जो भी आते हैं उसका सब कुछ एक्सेस कर सकता है एक्सेप्ट द प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टीज. इज इट ओके? अंडरस्टूड? Yes, I think Vicky I have clarified myself. Even protected can be accessed. You can see it here. I have the protected data member is what? S, right? So here I am able to d dot s is equal to I, right? And I can also do this. Sorry, not d, it is actually m dot s is equal to I can access, and when I dot say m dot show data of base, I can see that first of all मैंने D से hello करा था और M से hi करा था C में, S में. देखते हैं क्या होता है. D से hello करा था वो प्रिंट हुआ. अभी वो देखो मैंने A में कोई भी वैल्यू नहीं सेट की तो बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑब्वियसली इट विल बी 0 बिकॉज इट डज नॉट हैव गार्बेज वैल्यू. एंड यहाँ पे S की वैल्यू का क्या हो गई, हाई. ठीक है, दैट मीन्स इट इज एक्सेसिबल. एम आई क्लियर विकी? Okay, great. So this is what all about inheritance. I insist everyone that by today itself you create a scenario, you took your example, try to code it, try to create classes, try to have the inheritance. Yes, and just see the output and do understand the things. And wherever you are having a doubt, keep a note of it, and we'll be discussing either in lab or in the lecture session. Now, one more thing I wanted to justify myself, that we have discussed that multiple inheritance is not directly supported. Now, you can see here that you are using the extends keyword to have the parent-child relationship, right? Now, let's say I'm having a simple class called class demo. Say I am just giving you the example, so nothing much in logic, right? Let's say I have a class demo. Now what I want, that my class should extend the property of derived. Also my class wants to use the property of demo. तो उसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि डेमो क्लास में मुझे दो क्लास की प्रॉपर्टी चाहिए, दो क्लास की प्रॉपर्टी यूज करनी है. किन की करनी है? एक तो डिराइव्ड की और एक तो डेमो क्लास की. मतलब I need two parent class for one child class. ये क्या हुआ? Two parent class for one child class. So what I told, that you cannot have multiple inheritance directly in Java. So if I try to do like this, I'll be deriving one class, extends derived, comma, demo. It is going to give me error because I cannot extend more than one class at a time. Please do remember this statement. I cannot extend more than one class at the same time. Even I cannot do like this. आप ऐसा बोलो कि मैडम चलो एक बार और कीवर्ड लिख देते, वो एक्सेप्ट करेगा? तो भी नहीं करेगा, because this is not syntactically correct and conceptually also it is not correct. वैसे यही चीज आप C++ में कर सकते हो. C++ supports multiple inheritance directly. ठीक है, C++ हर टाइप की इनहेरिटेंस डायरेक्टली सपोर्ट करता है, लेकिन जावा मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस डायरेक्टली सपोर्ट नहीं करता because of the diamond problem. I have told you that I think the name of diamond problem. We'll be discussing it soon, because for that I need one more concept in your mind first. तो डायमंड प्रॉब्लम अचीव होता है, वो डायमंड प्रॉब्लम होता है, उसकी वजह से जावा इज नॉट सपोर्टिंग दैट. But yes, it is supporting the multiple inheritance in a different way around, and we'll see how it is doing. Right? So I've justified myself that at a time only one class can be extended. Yes, this can be done. This particular thing which I'm writing now can be done. ये क्या हुआ? एक पेरेंट है, दो चाइल्ड क्लास है, दैट्स फाइन, नो इश्यू. मतलब हायरार्किकल इनहेरिटेंस से सपोर्ट. हायरार्किकल में क्या होगा? एक पेरेंट मल्टीपल चाइल्ड में डिराइव हो सकता है, मल्टी लेवल सपोर्ट कर सकता है. ए बी सी, बी सी बी का चाइल्ड क्लास, बी ए का चाइल्ड क्लास, लाइक दैट, राइट? एंड ऑब्वियसली सिंगल लेवल इनहेरिटेंस इज सपोर्टेड because it is the simplest one. So is it okay? Right. So that's it for today. I'm not bombarding you all with so many concepts. We'll be proceeding it with some of few topics of inheritance and even polymorphism and abstraction in the same unit. but I will not go into very deep because we are having the units which is going to convey, which is going to give you the insight in these all concepts, right? So we'll be doing it as and when it will be required. We will be learning all the OOP concept in a very basic form right now. Correct. So and next time we'll be discussing some constructor and some keywords associated with inheritance. Those keywords can be only used if you are having the inheritance. Otherwise, this cannot be, that cannot be used. Also, which single level, Bajrang? I am not getting your answer. Which was single level?
Ma'am, that program that you showed, ma'am.
ये एक्चुअली क्या हुआ, एक डिराइव्ड क्लास है, एक डिराइव्ड क्लास हुआ और उसके दो चाइल्ड क्लास हुए ना, ये सिंगल लेवल हुआ. इतना आप करोगे तो सिंगल लेवल हुआ. लेकिन जब आप डिजाइन करोगे तो हमने डिजाइन कैसे किया, ऐसे हमने डिजाइन कैसे किया, इस तरह से. एक हमारा बेस बना, फिर एक हमारा डिराइव्ड बना, फिर एक हमारा माई क्लास बना और ये हमारा डेमो बना. ये क्या हुआ, दिस इज माई बेस, दिस इज माई डिराइव्ड, this is my class and this is my demo. तो ये क्या हुआ, ये डिराइव्ड हुआ. तो डिराइव्ड का पेरेंट क्लास क्या हुआ, बेस. माई क्लास का पेरेंट क्लास क्या हुआ, डिराइव्ड. डेमो का क्लास क्या हुआ, डिराइव्ड. तो ये एक टाइप, ये सिंगल लेवल हो गई. इतना ये हो गया हायरार्किकल. ये पर्टिकुलर जो है, इतना आप सब ट्री लो तो वो क्या हो गया, हायरार्किकल. और ये पूरी इनहेरिटेंस क्या बन गई, हाइब्रिड. क्योंकि इसमें दो टाइप की इनहेरिटेंस इन्वॉल्व है, सिंगल लेवल भी है और हायरार्किकल भी है. एम आई क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, correct, Harshil. So that is what it is. Now we will be learning with some constructor, what is the role and what is, how the constructors will be actually working when you are dealing with the inheritance. And then we'll be using some keywords and all. Okay. So if you have any query, let me know. Meanwhile, let me take the attendance. Yeah, Vicky, I'll be sharing that diamond problem with you, but for that I need one more topic for you to understand, right? So after we completing that topic, I'll be surely sharing you that diamond problem. Even I am very eager to share that problem with you, because many a times in your interview sessions, the interviewer asks that why Java does not support multiple inheritance. We all know that Java does not support multiple inheritance directly, but why so? Why Java has removed that feature? Right? Directly, yes, of course, indirectly it is supporting, but directly, why Java has removed it? There is a reason behind it, and that's what the diamond problem is. So I also wanted to share that, but for that I need one concept with you first. So we'll be sharing. I do remember that, but yes, once we will be learning in interface. We'll be learning interface, and once the interface is learned by us, we'll be discussing the diamond problem. Fine. So if I forget after interface, then let me know. Okay, just attend your roll calls, everyone. Taki, Sachin, Chinmay. Dhairya, Milan, Hitesh. Hina, Chirag, Vensi. See, if you have missed your number, please don't interrupt in between or don't write your number in between. I'll be asking you at the end. At that time, you tell me. Otherwise, I may miss some of the numbers. So, Vensi is present. Chirag is not there. So far, Chirag, Hitesh, Dhairya, and Zaki. These many are absent. Kamalraj, Astha, Shelvi. Okay. Jaikishan, Hiren, Naresh, Munaf. Okay, Naresh is not. Okay. Hitesh, I just told you that please don't interrupt me in between. If you are absent, let me know at the end. I may miss the numbers in sequence. Yatish, Mohib Hussain, Krish. Mishi, Kushal, Umang. Kushal is not there. Parth, Karthik, Deep, Urvisha. Okay. Mihir, Nirali, Sharad, Rahul. Sharad is not there. Rahul is also not there. Shreya, Krishna, Milan, Sunil. Harsh, Yash, Diksha, Zenith. Yash is not there. Varun, Stuti, Harshil, Dev. Okay. Yash, Kinjal, Jai, Manan. Yash not there. Kinjal, Jai, Manan. Bhagyesh, Bhargav, Sahista. Bhargav is not there. Sahista, okay. Aryan, Amit, Ruma, Bajrang. Okay. Sonu, Manan, Sonu, Aman, Rajiv, Akhilesh. Ankit, Kashish, Rahul, Umang. Rahul is not there. Mananjay, Sonu, Divyanshu, Bhumika. Okay. Chandan, Gagan, Vinay, Abhiraj. Okay, Vinay is not there. Shravan, Rinku, Roshan, Ashish. Okay, all four. Priyanka, Vicky, Manish, Alsef. Manish and Alsef are not there. Brijesh, Rohini, Akash, and Ravi. Okay. So anyone now? Zaki Ahmed, fine. Hitesh, okay. Yeah, Hitesh, you are present, fine. Okay, that's it. So thank you everyone for joining. Have a very good day. Take care and all the best for your exam. Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you, Harshil. Thank you. Bye for now.